This is Bill Cassidy, Senior Editor at the Journal of Commerce, JOC.com, and IHS Maritime and Trade. I'm here at the end of the first day of the JOC Inland Distribution Conference in Memphis. We've had an amazing day. We've heard from a broad number of shippers. We've heard from experts on the truck and rail market outlook. We've heard from Fred Smith, the chairman and founder of FedEx. One of the big takeaways for me this day has been how big of an impact the West Coast port crisis has had on our economy and on freight flows long after the port congestion cleared and the labor union and the ports settled their dispute and had a new contract back in March. We've seen a softer freight environment develop largely because so many companies built up inventories to extremely high levels over the course of the labor dispute on the West Coast. They're still trying to destock those inventories, which means that as they draw them down, they're not putting in a lot of new orders, and we're not seeing a lot of demand for truck freight and intermodal freight, not as much as we're used to seeing in the September-October period of the year. Shippers are telling us that capacity right now is adequate, something we didn't expect to hear going into this year. However, they are still concerned about what might come next year in 2016 if the economy begins to grow again at a faster pace, and what might come in 2017 as more restrictive government regulations land on the backs of truck drivers and trucking companies, potentially cutting into capacity. By the end of this conference, we'll have heard from Brad Jacobs of XPO Logistics. We'll have heard from a panel of CEOs from 3PLs and trucking companies and railroads, and we'll hear more from actually truck drivers. One of the big topics of the conference, of course, is what happens to the truck driver going forward? Do we have a driver shortage? How big is it? What can we do to solve it? Solving problems has been the major focus of this conference, and hopefully everyone who comes to it, whether they're a shipper or a 3PL or a carrier, is going to take away some ideas and some solutions they can put in place in their businesses.